welcome to another episode of Friend Outdoors.
With the 2024 whitetail deer season already underway, I finally got an opportunity to get in the stand for the first time. I decided to get on this ridge near a bedding area in the oaks as the acorns were dropping pretty well. I have a couple cameras in the area and I've been seeing deer here already. So I went in there, I got a climber set up, I trimmed a few small limbs, and I settled in for the evening's hunt. As I sat there a while, eventually I caught some deer movement up near the bedding area at the top of the ridge. And as the evening moved on, the deer began to come down the ridge. Eventually, I was hoping that a really good buck would show up as I had one on camera in the area. Here's what happens. It's my first night out here this season. I've already had two does cross the hill here above me. I got a picture of my number one target buck to my left this morning, and he was moving from my left to my right. I know he's in the area. You can hear the neighbor down here's mowing, and it's really echoing, so it's hard to hear. But I'm set up right on a bench, and there's a scrape right behind me and a rub. But I know he's in the area. I'm hoping he comes back through here tonight. So I'm going to get quiet because it's hard to hear with this mower. I hear something now. All right, we'll get back with you. I start seeing some movement up near the deer's bedding area as the deer are coming down into the oaks to look for acorns. I'm starting to get nervous as the thermals is sucking my scent down into the field behind me where these does are headed. Eventually, I hear something else, and I see this small buck as he's moving around the bench below me. Eventually, these deer start making their way back up the point into the bedding area. Okay, it's the 10th of October, and that small buck there, he was dogging him nose a little bit. It's awful early for that, but he's young. So again, I think it was 8 does come in, and the buck come around the hill from my right. I can still see some up there in the skyline, top of the hill, and I can hear some more activity. So I'm just going to keep looking, paying attention. Hopefully the big one will show up before it gets too dark. He was in here this morning. I got him on a camera about 60, 70 yards to my left. So I decided to come in here tonight. The wind is hitting me in the face and blowing down the hill, as well as the thermals sucking down. When those does come in and got behind me, I was scared to death they was going to smell me. Apparently I must be high enough it blew over their head. A couple times I saw them sniffing the air, but They knew something was wrong, but they couldn't pick me out. So, we'll just keep watching here. We got a little bit of time left. See if we get any more action. Stay tuned. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Here's a quick recap. This was my first evening to hunt this season, and I moved into an area where I had a trail camera and I was getting pictures of a lot of different deer. I was hunting in the oaks right on the edge of a bedding area, and the oaks were really raining the acorns down. I had a feeling that I was going to see deer from what my camera was telling me. So as I moved in and got in my climber and got up in a tree, I started seeing deer movement up near the top of the ridge in the bedding area. Eventually, they worked their way down into the acorns and was feeding all around me. The night before, I'd had a picture of my number one target buck on a camera about 60 to 70 yards away from this stand location. So I knew he was in the area, and I was hoping that he'd come through. Unfortunately for me, he didn't make it into the area that evening. It was still a great evening as I got to see a lot of deer and just get out in the wonderful world that God created. We want to thank you guys for watching. We really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hey, if you did, please hit that thumb up like button. We really appreciate it. Subscribe to our channel. Again, it doesn't cost you anything. We got a lot of short videos on this channel, about 15 seconds, of a lot of different animals. We really think you'd like it. We also like to thank our military personnel. Thank you for your service. Now for a preview of an upcoming episode on Friend Outdoor Adventures.